Part 204. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 2031. Chapter 2031. I advise you to pay attention to the expression management on your face. Chiao Mian was stunned for a moment, then turned to look at her. Shenro also turned her head, with a smile on her lips, and whispered, "You must have come to this party because of ASI. After all, you are not qualified enough. Tell me, you are the only newcomer among all the guests today. Are you sorry?" Shenro Chiao Mian pursed her lips and called out Shenro's name with a smile. "It's been a long time since we last met. It seems like we haven't seen each other since your Shen family's company had a problem. I heard that your Shen family suddenly got an investment, and now it's back to life again. It seems to be true. Otherwise, some people would have no shame in seeing others and would continue to hide at home. Where can I be as jumping as I am now?" Shenro narrowed her eyes with anger in her eyes. "Chiao Mian, who are you talking about?" "Whoever you think is who you are," Chiao Mian said with an indifferent expression. "You. Miss Shen, I advise you to pay attention to the expression on your face. After all, there are so many cameras on site, and if you are shown grinning, Miss Shen's so-called elegance as a daughter of a famous family will be gone," Chiao Mian said slowly and leisurely. Shenro's expression suddenly changed. She raised her head and looked around. When she saw that there were indeed many cameras at the scene, her expression changed again, and the expression on her face calmed down instantly. After Chiao Mian scolded her for a few words, she was not interested in talking to her anymore. After a few minutes, the host came on stage and announced that the charity party had officially begun. Generally, for charity galas like this, the first thing is to expand the influence and appeal of the charity gala through artists, and the other is to raise a charity fund at the gala. This charity fund will be raised by donations from all the artists present. However, for on-site donations, the requirements for artists are not high. Generally, the artist auctions a personal item, auctions it off live, and then donates the auction money to a charity party. These are all things that follow a process. Generally, the personal belongings donated by artists are not too expensive, and the emphasis is on participation. With this way of auction, those who ultimately buy the auction items are basically fans of each artist. Some fans want to buy their idol's personal belongings. An ordinary t-shirt can sometimes be sold for tens of thousands. For example, Jeanbo is standing on the stage at this moment. Jeanbo took out a personalized necklace that he had worn at previous events. As soon as he showed it off, someone outside the live broadcast room offered it 10,000 yuan. The original price of the necklace was only 1,000. This is a necklace Jeanbo once wore. Of course, there are many wealthy women who would spend a lot of money to buy it back and keep it as a collection. Soon, the necklace originally priced at 1,000 was sold for more than 30,000. In the end, it was sold for 100,000 yuan. It can be seen that our fans of Zanbo are really awesome. The host was surprised by the generosity of Zanbo's fans and couldn't help but sigh. This necklace was auctioned at a price many times higher than we expected. I hope the auction results will get better and better in the future. Thank you Zanbo for supporting our party, and also thank him for donating the money, which will be used to donate to poor children across the country. After the host shook hands with Jeanbo and thanked him, Jeanbo bowed to the people in the audience and then returned to the audience. Next, let's invite Miss Shen Raoshan to the stage. End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 2032. Chapter 2032. Please applaud Miss Shen. When her name was called, Shenro stood up slowly and elegantly under the gaze of everyone. Before she went on stage, she lowered her head and glanced at Chiao Mian, with some pride and provocation in her eyebrows, and then turned towards the stage. "Walk. Ms. Shen, please come this way." The host led Shenro to the stage where items were donated. Shenro was wearing a red dress and had a graceful figure. Wherever she stood, she was radiant and extremely beautiful. Even the host next to me couldn't help but take a few more glances. When Shenro stood up, the host smiled and said, "Miss Shen, I wonder what belongings you want to auction." Shenro looked around the audience, smiled, reached out and took off the necklace around her neck, and then took off the diamond earrings on her ears under the surprised gaze of the host. She took off the jewelry and put it on the auction display stand. "I'll just donate my set of jewelry." As soon as she finished speaking, she heard a sudden sound in the quiet venue. The host was stunned for a few seconds, looked at the jewelry on the display table, and did not hide the surprise on his face. "Ms. Shen, are you going to auction this set of jewelry?" The belongings that others took out were all things that were not very expensive in the first place. Basically, the most expensive one will not exceed 100,000. But Shenro's set of jewelry is worth tens of millions. This is still a new model designed by Durban. It has not yet been fully launched, and it is also limited globally. It's very difficult to buy. There is no way anyone would put such expensive jewelry up for auction. So the host's first reaction was whether Shenro had made a mistake. "Miss Shen, if your set of jewelry is auctioned, all the money from the auction will be donated to our charity gala. Does Miss Shen know this?" "Of course I know." Shenro looked at the reaction of a group of people in the audience, then looked at the host beside her, and said with an elegant smile, "I know all the auction processes very well, and I hope I can do more for the poor across the country. Make some contribution to the family. Although my ability is limited and I cannot help everyone, I will try my best to do charity. I believe that as long as we have the intention, the world can become a better place. Everyone can exude a little love, and the world can be filled with love." Ba bang bang. The host applauded her words. "Ms. Shen said it very well, very well. This is the meaning of our hosting this charity party. As long as one person gives a little love, the world it will become better. Please everyone applaud Miss Shen." There was a round of applause from the audience. Shenro stood on the stage, smiling. She felt that some of the things she had lost were slowly coming back to her. She finally became the focus of everyone's attention again. She finally turned back into the glamorous eldest daughter of the Shen family. This familiar feeling also allowed her to regain her former confidence. The corners of her lips raised slightly, with a victor's attitude in her brows and eyes. She lowered her head and looked at Xiao Mian sitting under the stage. According to position, the next person to take the stage is Xiao Mian. She wanted to see what Xiao Mian was going to compare with her. Asterisk. At this moment, the live broadcast room was also a sensation. "Damn it, 6666, the eldest lady of the Shen family is the eldest lady of the Shen family, and her actions are really different." End of this chapter. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 2033. Chapter 2033. Is it interesting for you to praise me? This set of jewelry costs tens of millions, and even if you have money, you may not be able to buy it now. She actually auctioned it off like this, which is awesome. I just checked the price. Oh my god, this set of jewelry actually costs more than 50 million. She is actually willing to auction it off. This is too outrageous. Such a small amount of money is nothing to the eldest daughter of the Shen family. She can easily donate a set of 50 million jewelry. It seems that the Shen family has indeed lifted the economic crisis and has returned to its former glory. At this moment, I feel that Shen Rumei is dumbfounded. She is so good looking, from a good background, and graduated from a prestigious school. Not to mention having both talent and beauty, she is also so loving. Ah, she is too perfect. Now I declare that Shenro is my goddess. Seriously, what do Mo Yesi think? As a woman, I think Shenro is really perfect. If I were a man and could marry such a perfect wife, I would be secretly happy. Chiao Mian is good looking, but in terms of family background, education, and talent, she can't compare to Shenro. That's right, Chiao Mian can show off her face, but she is really not as good as Shenro in other aspects. Shenro went to a first-class prestigious foreign university, and how can it be compared to a school like Yunchinj Film Academy? A famous family. Chiao Mian is a person who works in the entertainment industry. Shenro crushes her in every aspect. If it weren't for Mo Yesi, Chiao Mian wouldn't be able to compare with Shenro. However, most men are superficial and like to look at their faces. I can only say that Mo is the best. The same goes for the president, who also cares about face. Shenro's face is not bad either. I like Shenro's looks. She is elegant and graceful. At first glance, she looks like a well-born and well-educated rich lady. Besides, Shenro's appearance is very prosperous. She doesn't look like Chiao Mian. He looks so arrogant and has a very sad face. Is it interesting for you to praise Shenro? Just praise Shenro. What are you doing with us Mian? Will Shenro's naval army die if they don't bring Mian with them? So what if you praise Shenro so much, Mo Yesi he still doesn't like her, he still likes us Mian? That's right, I found that Shenro's navy relies on our Mian to create topics every time. She is so awesome, how can she compare with our Mian? She is the most beautiful in the world, and every man should fall under her pomegranate skirt. Otherwise, you are blind. Mian doesn't want to make an appointment. Please don't make some people blindly follow the rhythm. Even if you Shenro is so good, it has nothing to do with us Mian. In the eyes of our Mian being, Mian is the best. I'm looking forward to what Chiao Mian will put up for auction. Shenro sells tens of millions of jewelry. As Mo Yesi's real girlfriend, she can't be compared to her. Haha, Shenro is the eldest lady of the Shen family. She donated 50 million easily. As for Chiao Mian, although she is her real girlfriend, who knows if Mo Yesi is not willing to spend money for her. She came to the party. She doesn't even wear any decent jewelry, and it feels like she's not taken seriously as a real girlfriend. Netizens discussed it with great interest. Because they knew that Shenro was Mo Yesi's childhood sweetheart, and because Shenru Hao donated 50 million, many people became interested in the auction items donated by Chiao Mian, his current girlfriend. End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 2034. Chapter 2034, I'm going to lose to my childhood sweetheart. Can't wait to see what she will donate. It would be very embarrassing if the auction items she donated were not as good as Shenro's. The set of jewelry donated by Shenro is worth more than 50 million. If Chiao Mian wanted to save face, she would either donate something that was about the same price as Shenro, or something more expensive than that set of jewelry. Without Mo Yesi's support, she probably wouldn't have been able to come up with so much money. It seems that her real girlfriend is going to lose to her childhood sweetheart tonight. The set of jewelry donated by Shenro was quickly auctioned off for 53 million. The new jewelry designed by Durban is a global limited edition, so there is no need to worry about not being able to sell it. Thank you Miss Shen for your strong support. Let us thank Miss Shen again with applause. The host announced that all the 53 million earned from Shenro's jewelry will be used for future charity arrangements. Thank you all, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to do some charity work. Shenro bowed to the people in the audience humbly, and then walked off the stage gracefully and slowly. She returned to her seat. When passing by Chiao Mian, his steps paused slightly. Then, with his chin raised lightly and the triumph and pride of a victor in his brows, he sat down next to Chiao Mian. On the stage, the supporters read out the name of the next donor. Celebrities also love to read gossip. So many people know about the triangular relationship between Xiao Mian, Shenro, and Mo Yesi. When Xiao Mian stood up and walked towards the stage, countless gossip-filled eyes from the audience looked at her. The people at the scene, like the netizens in the live broadcast room, couldn't wait to see what Xiao Mian would donate. With Shenro's 50 million, if she donated something too ordinary, she would definitely not be able to spend it. To maintain face, you need to spend a lot of money. She may not be able to get it. On the stage, Xiao Mian felt a little funny looking at the eyes in the audience who were waiting for a good show. She could guess what these people were thinking. Perhaps everyone is waiting to see what she will donate next. The people here include Shenro, who wants to see her joke. Perhaps everyone thought that she would compete with Shenro to win or lose. If Xiao Mian wants to win or lose now, she can really win. For her now, it is not difficult to come up with 50 million. She can donate a sum of money directly, and she can donate more than Shenro. But Xiao Mian had no such plan. She didn't take her own face so seriously, and she didn't think that if she didn't donate as much as Shenro, she would be losing to Shenro. She has no interest in competing with Shenro on this kind of matter. For her, winning or losing is not important. So when the host with a gossipy look in his eyes asked her what she was planning to donate to the auction, Xiao Mian gently curled her lips and took off a bracelet from her wrist under the gaze of hundreds of people in the audience. The bracelet was given to her by Mo Yesi. At first, Xiao Mian saw that this bracelet didn't look very expensive and was relatively low-key, so she kept wearing it. She put the bracelet on the display stand. "This is a bracelet I like very much. It was given to me by a friend of mine. Donate it now. If you like it, you can bid for it." End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 2035. Chapter 2035 Is this bracelet worth more than 10 million? The host looked at the bracelet she put on and quickly recognized the brand of the bracelet. The bracelet donated by Xiao Mian is also valuable. It was designed by a very famous jewelry designer. Just a bracelet is worth more than 10 million. Although it cannot be compared with Shenro's more than 50 million, it is still a very expensive piece of jewelry. "So Miss Xiao, what is your bidding price?" the host asked. Xiao Mian thought for a while and said, 10,000. At that time, when Mo Yesi gave her this bracelet, he said it didn't cost much. Xiao Mian looked at the simple style of the bracelet and it didn't look very expensive, so she guessed that the original price was around 10,000. 10,000. The host was shocked when she heard her announce the price. A bracelet worth 10 million, she bids 10,000. The host felt that he might be hallucinating. "Ms. Xiao, did you just say the bidding price was 10,000? Yet Xiao Mian looked at the host's reaction and was stunned, wondering if she had raised the price too high. The original price of this bracelet was not 10,000. "Is there something wrong with the price?" she asked. Host. "Does it even need to be asked?" Looking at Xiao Mian's confused expression, he seriously suspected that she might not know how much the bracelet originally cost. "It is up to you to set the price for your own things. It's just that Xiao Mian's price is incredibly low." "Miss Xiao, did you just say that this bracelet was given to you by your friend?" Xiao Mian nodded. The host added, "Can your friend tell you how much this bracelet is worth?" Xiao Mian shook his head. Moderator, "So, you don't know the price of this necklace, right?" Now it's right." The host looked at Xiao Mian, who was still confused, and said with a smile, "Miss Xiao, if your bracelet is genuine, it is worth more than 10 million. Do you want to reconsider the bidding price?" "This bracelet is worth more than 10 million, Xiao Mian was startled by the host's words, and her eyes widened. The bracelet she thought was worth 10,000 at most was actually worth more than 10 million. Studio. Chiao Mianmian's reaction when she heard the price of the bracelet made many people find it particularly interesting. Ha ha ha, Chiao Mianmian is too cute. She sells a bracelet worth more than 10 million yuan for 10,000 yuan. The friend she was talking about must be her boyfriend. I guess the plot is like this. When her boyfriend gave her the bracelet, he told her that the bracelet was not expensive, only about 10,000, and then she took it seriously. Ha ha ha, it. Fortunately, the host knows the goods, otherwise she would have sold this bracelet for tens of thousands of yuan. She would have cried when she found out the truth later. If she wants to cry, it's her boyfriend who should cry. He spent more than 10 million yuan on a gift to his girlfriend, but it was auctioned off for tens of thousands of yuan. Mian Mian is too silly and cute, only she can do such a confusing thing. Who said her boyfriend was reluctant to spend money on her before? A random bracelet costs more than 10 million. How can I say he is reluctant to give it to her? Am I the only one who thinks Chiao Mian Mian is acting? How could she not know the true price of the bracelet? This is obviously a way to gain attention. She is such a good actor. Even if she really donated the bracelet, it would be more than 10 million. End of this chapter. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 2036. Chapter 2036 will definitely become a black spot for her. It's still not comparable to Shenrou's 50 million. Shenrou 1. Asterisk. The party scene. Chiao Mian originally thought that the bracelet Mo Yesi gave her was not expensive, so she wore it every day. If she knew the true price, she would not wear it. If Mo Yesi spent more than 10 million to buy the bracelet, that bracelet must have been carefully chosen for her by him. For a moment, Chiao Mian hesitated. She was afraid that Mo Yesi would be unhappy if she auctioned the bracelet. While she was hesitating, the netizens in the live broadcast room started discussing again. At first, I thought it was worthless, so I donated it. Now that I found out that the bracelet is worth more than 10 million, I can't bear to donate it. Ha ha ha, that's all she has. This is a typical mentality of a small citizen. Sure enough, there is no way to compare with a wealthy daughter from a famous family. Shenrou happily donated a set of jewelry worth more than 50 million yuan without feeling any distress at all. On the other hand, Chiao Mian. Can the person upstairs not think as badly as others think? I think she knew that her boyfriend gave her a very expensive gift after hearing the price, and she was afraid that she would just donate it to her boyfriend. My friend will be unhappy, so the reason why I hesitate is not because I am reluctant to donate. Ha ha ha, if you can't bear it, you can't bear it. Fans have to find so many reasons. Don't you think what you said is funny? You think the gift is not valuable, so you can just put it up for auction. Now that you know it is valuable, you can't just do it? It's an auction? So you mean Chiao Mian evaluates her boyfriend's feelings for her based on money? It's so funny upstairs. We are all adults. If we don't look at money, what's the measurement? Do you care about the I love you that we talk about all day long? Again, just because a man is willing to spend money for you doesn't mean that I love you, but I can't bear to spend money on you, so I definitely don't love you anymore. Materials are just materials, and you have to find so many high-sounding reasons. Can't you just say you like money? If you are honest, maybe someone will appreciate it. If fans forcefully wash it off like this, it will only make people feel disgusted. Attention everyone, the sunspots are out in groups and want to blackmail us. Mian again. This time, we, Mianbing, will fight you to the end. Don't even think about hurting Mian again. The live broadcast room was very noisy. The venue at this time. Miss Jiao, have you decided? Chiao Mianmian's long silence made the host feel a little embarrassed. Under such circumstances, it is actually understandable if she suddenly does not want to donate. After all, this bracelet is worth a lot of money. There are few people who can be as generous as Shenro. Tens of millions. If you say you want to donate it, just donate it. But it would be very embarrassing to regret it at this time. It's a bit difficult to get off. After all, I said I would donate it at the beginning, and there were so many people watching at the scene, and there were so many netizens watching in the live broadcast room. If she really regrets not donating, this matter will definitely become a black spot for her. Chiao Mianmian herself knows this very well. That's why she hesitated. Just when she had decided to donate it, she suddenly heard a voice from the audience. Miss Jiao's bracelet will not participate in the bidding. She will donate 300 million to make some contribution to charity. Chiao Mianmian. End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 2037. Chapter 2037, This plot is too Mary Sue. This voice. She lowered her head and looked down the stage, and then saw Wei Zheng in a suit and leather shoes walking towards the stage. Wei Zheng's appearance surprised everyone present. The host on the stage also had a surprised expression. Shenro, who had a proud look on her face just now and thought she had won, turned ugly the moment Wei Zheng appeared. Wei Zheng slowly walked onto the stage under the watchful eyes of everyone in the venue. This gentleman, you. The host took the topic with a slightly confused expression on his face. Who is this person? Where did come from? Why did you come to the stage? I am Wei Zheng, the special assistant to the president of MO Group. After introducing himself, Wei Zheng walked towards Chiao Mianmian. Chiao Mianmian was also confused. When Wei Zheng approached, she was stunned, looked at Wei Zheng and said, Wei Zheng, why are you here? Chiao Mianmian's first reaction was to quickly search the audience again. Wei Zheng is here, does it mean that Mo Yesi is also here? Mr. Mo asked me to come. Wei Zheng glanced at the audience, then raised his head to look at Chiao Mianmian, and said with a smile, Mr. Mo said that the bracelet was a token of love he gave to Miss Jiao, and it has great meaning. In general, Miss Jiao must not auction it off. President Mo is willing to donate 300 million on behalf of Miss Jiao to contribute to tonight's charity gala. Mr. Mo has already asked someone to transfer the specific amount to the donation account of the charity gala. The relevant personnel will know after checking the account. 300 million. One person donates 300 million. As soon as Wei Zheng finished speaking, there was a burst of discussion. This should be the highest donation from a single person in so many charity gala events. Originally, Shenro's more than 50 million yuan was already surprising. Now there is another 300 million. Miss Jiao, Mr. Mo originally planned to come in person. But he had something to do and couldn't come, so he asked me to come. Mr. Mo said that he would pick up Miss Jiao after the party was over, so Miss Jiao didn't want to go alone first. When you go back, don't forget your appointment to have supper together. Chiao Mianmian. Ms. Jiao, I'll leave first. After Wei Zheng finished speaking, he turned around and walked off the stage. Even after he left, the host was still a little confused. Off stage. Shenro's face looked extremely ugly. She felt as if someone had slapped her face hard several times. Moreover, these slaps were given in front of so many people. She was extremely embarrassed and angry. She even felt that Mo Yesi did it on purpose, deliberately trying to embarrass her. She was the one who stole the show at the charity party, and she successfully gained everyone's attention. But now, because of Wei Zheng's appearance, because of the 300 million donation, and because of Mo Yesi's public protection and favor, everyone's focus became Chiao Mianmian. So what does everything she did before count? Are you paving the way for Chiao Mianmian's current success? Asterisk. Studio. The appearance of Wei Zheng made netizens in the live broadcast room uneasy. Am I reading a novel about a domineering president? This plot is too Mary Sue. The heroine is about to be slapped in the face. The hero arranges for an assistant to come to the rescue. Not only does he save the heroine's face, but he also gives her a vicious blow. Slap the second female lead in the face. The play tonight was so exciting. End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 2038. Chapter 2038. Envy made me cry. This is truly the most exciting charity gala I have ever seen. Ha ha ha, there are so many melons tonight, and as a melon eater, I feel extremely satisfied. Who said before that Mo Yesi was reluctant to spend money on Chiao Mian? Just step forward and take a step forward. This kind of boyfriend who casually gives away a bracelet worth thousands, and casually donates hundreds of millions to his girlfriend is this kind of boyfriend? Is it issued by the state? I want one too. Mo Yesi really loves his girlfriend, he is really nice to Chiao Mian. I cry with envy. I'm a lemon, I'm convinced by this wave of dog food. Isn't it popular now to trick the dog into killing it first? That's too much, ouch. It was someone else's boyfriend again. I covered my mouth and told myself not to cry, but I still shed lemon-flavored tears. It turns out that bracelet is a token of love. I guess Mo Yesi was also watching the party and saw that his girlfriend almost donated the token of love. He was so frightened that he immediately sent his assistant to stop it. Ha ha ha, think of this, I just find the picture so funny. I am also convinced by Chiao Mian, and the love tokens were almost auctioned off. I think if Mo Yesi gives her something in the future, he must tell her the price. Otherwise, the thing bought for tens of millions may not be the same. She thinks it's worth a few $1,000s. To be honest, her bracelet doesn't look luxurious, and I thought it wasn't expensive. When I found out the real price, I was shocked. So, in the contest between my current girlfriend and my childhood sweetheart, does my current girlfriend win? Asterisk. Chiao Mian came down from the stage. She could feel a strong gaze falling on her beside her, as sharp as if it wanted to poke a hole in her body. Without looking, Chiao Mian knew whose gaze belonged to him. She sat down without any reaction. As soon as he sat down, he heard a low voice coming from beside him, as if he said it through gritted teeth, Chiao Mian, do you have to compete with me? What will you get if you beat me? Is it fun to do this? Chiao Mian was stunned and turned her head. Shen Raojin looked at her sharply. Chiao Mian, do you think this is fun? Are you showing off to me? Chiao Mian. She looked at someone who was doing a lot of drama and curled her lips speechlessly. I'm not that boring. Don't think that everyone is as boring as you. Isn't it? Shen Ro was a little excited. If she hadn't been at the party, if there hadn't been so many cameras pointing at her, and if there hadn't been other people around, she would have been unable to control her emotions. She lowered her voice and said coldly at a volume that only she and Chiao Mian could hear, you just want to use this method to suppress me and make me embarrassed. Don't you just want to use this method to prove that Mo Yesi how much do you care about you, do you want me to be jealous of you? Chiao Mian. She found it funny. Shenro, please don't act too much. What good does it do to me if I suppress you and embarrass you? Do I need to prove to you how much my husband loves me to make you jealous of me? Don't take yourself so seriously. To me, you are no different from anyone else. You are just a person who has nothing to do with me. We are acquaintances at best, not even ordinary friends. End of this chapter. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 2039. Chapter 2039. Isn't this showing off? So, you think I would do something on purpose just to prove it to someone who has nothing to do with me? Shenro's face turned pale, and then turned blue again, with anger in her eyes. You know it in your heart whether you have or not. Chiao Mian, do you think you have won? If it weren't for Mo Yesi, you wouldn't be the winner. What? Chiao Mian smiled, with a light expression on her face. So what? I rely on my own husband, so I won't be embarrassed. Hearing her husband's shouts, Shenro's face turned a little blue again. Even though she is no longer obsessed with Mo Yesi. But after all, this is the man she has liked for more than 20 years. She couldn't let it go completely either. From Shenro's point of view, Chiao Mian was deliberately showing off to her. Even though he knew that she had liked Mo Yesi for so many years, he still said these words in front of her. This is not about showing off. This bitch. Asterisk. The artist auction session has passed and the party is almost over. Finally, the host asks some people to take a group photo on stage. Generally those who are called up to take photos are among the best in the circle, whether in terms of fame or qualifications. Either a veteran in the industry, or a new frontline celebrity. Shenfei, Zhanbo, and Qinhan were all called up. Shenro, who was not an insider, was also called up. When the host read Chiao Mian's name, Chiao Mian still didn't react. The host called her several times in succession, and then she realized that he was calling her. She was stunned for a moment, then stood up and pointed at herself. Are you calling me? Yes, Miss Chiao, please come up and take a photo, the host said politely with a smile. Although Chiao Mian is a newbie. But the organizer received a notice early in the morning that this young newcomer would need special treatment. Can't really treat them as newbies. In addition, Mo Yesi donated 300 million for Chiao Mian. She is now the artist who donated the most at the charity party. Based on this, she must be included in the group photo. After Chiao Mian was called to the stage, she felt very uncomfortable looking at the big guys around her. She probably guessed why she, a newcomer, could go on stage and take photos with so many big shots. She wanted to be as low-key as possible, so after taking the stage, she quietly shrank into a corner. A very inconspicuous place. Miss Chiao. At this time, the host called her. Miss Chiao, what are you doing standing there? Come and stand here. The host waved towards Chiao Mian and then pointed to a location. Chiao Mian looked at the position he pointed at, and it turned out to be a C position. The so-called C position is the most conspicuous place in the middle of the first row. Generally, those who stand in C position are prestigious senior figures in the industry. Even if it is a newly promoted Xiahua Xiaoxian row, no one will stand in the C position without knowing what they are doing. So when Chiao Mian saw that the host asked her to stand in the C position, she was stunned for a moment, with a hesitant expression on her face. She is a newbie, and it is not good to go and stand in the C position. Even for the first-line talents, no one is standing in the C position. Everyone is very conscious and knows where they should stand. Chiao Mian was also very self-conscious, so she chose to huddle in the corner. Miss Chiao, seeing that she was standing still, the host called her again. Miss Chiao, come and stand over here. Your place is here. Chiao Mian looked at that conspicuous position, feeling very conflicted in her heart. End of this chapter. I secretly got married to a super boss. Author, Dance Lightly. Chapter 2040. Chapter 2040. What qualifications does she have to stand in the C position? There was a female artist in the entertainment industry who deliberately took the C position at an event. Later, she was scolded to death by fans of other artists. She even publicly recorded a video to apologize, but the fans still didn't accept it and continued to scold her. directly scolding her for being autistic. Xiao Mian remembered that the female artist later quit the industry. Thinking of this matter, Xiao Mian was a little afraid of the so-called C position. She doesn't want to be chased and scolded by other fans like that female artist. She has seen what it is like when fans go crazy. While she was hesitating, she saw the host walking towards her. After approaching, the host asked, "Ms. Xiao, do you have any questions?" Xiao Mian nodded. "Did I make a mistake in my position? That position is not mine, right?" "That's your position," the host smiled and explained. "As the person who donated the most at our party, it's normal for Miss Xiao to stand in the C position. Miss Xiao, the group photo will be taken soon, you come with me." Xiao Mian was still a little hesitant. However, seeing that everyone else was waiting for her, she couldn't waste any more time. Although she still felt a little inappropriate, she still followed the host. She originally thought that Shenro was also in the C position. After all, Shenro also donated a lot of money. But when Xiao Mian passed by, she realized that Shenro was not treated the same as her. Shenro was standing in a good position, but it was not the C position. At this moment, the live broadcast room is also very lively. Because Xiao Mian, a newcomer, took the C position, some netizens criticized Xiao Mian. Xiao Mian is too unconscious. She is a newbie, and she actually went to stand in the C position. Why should she stand in the C position? What achievements has she had? What works can she do? Why should she be with Shenfei? They are treated the same way. That's right, I was shocked. What qualifications does she have to stand in the C position? I really don't know anything about it. Being able to go on stage and take photos with so many seniors is already a great honor for her. She is a newcomer standing in the C position, which is really unruly. But, Xiao Mian is so shameless. In order to show off, he rushed to compete with his seniors for the C position. I think that CEO of the Mo family is blind, and such a scheming woman can actually take notice. The eldest daughter of the Shen family is so outstanding, not how many times better than this scheming bitch. What kind of vision does he have? A pure passerby, not siding with anyone. As a newcomer, Xiao Mian really shouldn't fight for the C position. The reason why she is so obvious is because President Mo is her backstage, and others don't dare to do anything to her. She is thinking too much to get some attention, but this kind of behavior is really offensive. Oh my god, this is an obvious competition for the C position, but it's really just for the sake of being popular without any shame. Let's see how the fans are going to treat her. Do you want to say that your Mian was forced to stand over her? The live broadcast room was full of curses. They are all condemning Xiao Mian. Because as a newcomer, she seizes a position that does not belong to her. Such behavior is inherently bad. In addition, there was someone who kept teasing her. Those black guys will not let it go when they get the opportunity, and they will set the pace in the comment area. I believe there is a reason for Mian to do this. Don't worry, Mian will definitely give us an explanation. Mian didn't go there by herself, right? The host asked her to go there. End of this chapter.